Actually, that's actually an interesting story how Arc got into the midget porno industry. You see, he was never originally a midget, but I decided, you know what, dude, you would do really well to be in a fucking midget porno. And he was like, dude, no, I don't want to be in a midget porno. And I was like, no, dude, you got to be in a midget porno, dude. You would fit the bill so fucking well, it's not even funny. And he was like, alright, but I'm not a fucking midget though, dude. And I was like, yo, that ain't a problem, man. We can make you a midget, no problem. He was like, what? And I was like, yeah, we can make you a midget, don't worry. So I was like, dude, come here. And so I got him, and so I got to him, and he was like, yo, what's up? How you gonna turn me a midget? And I was like, watch this. And I was like, wah, 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 wah. And I never really actually turned him into a midget, but I put this aura of midget thought around him. So not only did he think he was a midget, but people within 20 feet of him would think he was a midget too. So every time he's walking around, he's like, wah, 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 I'm a midget, I'm a midget, I'm a midget, I'm a midget, I'm a midget. So everybody thought he was a midget. So I decided, you know what? We have to capitalize on this. We need to make a midget porno right now. And boom, we got it done right then and there. So anytime you see Arc Light in 3 feet of terror, it was me, and you're being mind controlled. You're welcome.
God damn, swamp people are zombies.
Man, I don't think we're ever gonna get good news.
Oh, zombie swamp people, I'm sorry. I gotta shoot you.
Reloading. Hold on now, let me hear you. Oh yeah. Got some chest paddles. Reloading.
That was about the time you accidentally conquered 4 kids? I didn't accidentally conquer 4 kids, I fucking did it on purpose, because I needed to teach those assholes a lesson. I was like, yo, 4 kids, what the fuck are you doing? You're like pricks. And they're like, we're making money, and I was like, yeah, you are making money. Listen, I'll make a deal with you. Give me your money, and I won't be a dick to you. And they're like, well, aren't you already being a dick to us? I was like, shut the fuck up and give me your money. And they were like, no. And I was like, well, alright. So I whipped out my dick, and I was like, motherfucker, and I started dick slapping them in the face all night long. And these motherfuckers were like, dude, stop dick slapping us. And I was like, no, fuck you. I'm gonna dick slap you all I want. And then finally they decided, okay, we'll give you the money. And I was like, nah, it's not good enough now, motherfucker. You put me through all this trouble having to dick slap you. I want your company. And they were like, fine, you can have the company. And I was like, goddamn right I can. Except the only problem was that it turns out the company had not been audited ever, and all of their shit was not in order, so I gave the company back, and now they're being sued by every fucking animation company in Japan ever. So, you know, it's a good thing I didn't keep the company. That would have been a bad idea.
Reloading. Reloading. Hey, I'm reloading. Hey, there's a walkway.
I hear a tank. Hello, tank. I feel a tank. Oh shit, that was stupid. That's a witch. Can you tell us about the time you were a sweet, sweet transvestite? Sadly, no, I can't. I'm still under NDA. How you defeated the Soviet Union? Oh, defeating the Soviet Union wasn't any real problem, dude. I mean, it was the fucking Soviet Union. They didn't have any money to begin with, so I was just like, yo, I'm gonna take over the Soviet Union, you ain't gonna do shit about it. And they were like, no, we will nuke you. And I was like, bro, you don't even know where your nukes are, alright? So they were like, well, you got us there, haha, silly joke on our part. And I was like, yeah, silly joke on your parts, now give me the fucking Ukraine. And they were like, why the fuck would you want the Ukraine? Because, like, I'm fucking from there, motherfucker. And they were like, well, alright, you can have it. And I was like, cool. So I ruled the Ukraine for about a week. And then I realized how much of a shithole it was. It was nothing but dirt and rich people. And it was really weird. It was like this weird economic divide. I couldn't quite put my hand around it. Couldn't grasp my head around it, so I was just like, you know what? Fuck the Ukraine. It's like the rich fucking the poor, and I was like, I've had enough of that, so I got rid of the Ukraine. Somebody else owns it now. I don't know who. Probably some rich dude. Time you became a pimp and ran Disneyland? No. I'm not going to tell you about that. Not yet. Because it involves way too much Disney porn, and let me tell you something. Disney porn might be cute the first few times you hear about it, but man, it gets really fucking old after a while. I mean, you're like, oh look, it's Ariel and she's fucking somebody, ha 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 ha, and then it's like, oh look, it's Ariel and she's fucking someone again. Oh look, it's Ariel and she's fucking someone again. Oh look, it's Ariel and she's fucking someone again. Oh look, it's Ariel and she's fucking someone again. Oh look, it's Ariel and she's fucking someone again. Oh look, it's Ariel and she's fucking someone again.
Hold up, gonna heal. Let Dr. Nick fix you up. Yes. Machete here.
Tell us what the time you and a Boomer teamed up to fight crime. Oh, the Boomer, not a Boomer. Oh, you're talking about Boomer Esiason. Yeah. Well, that's actually a pretty awesome fucking story, because, you see, at the time, I was like, yo, crime's getting a little too rampant here in New York City. And Boomer Esiason, old ex-quarterback for the New York Jets, was like, yeah, you know what? Crime's been out of fucking control around here recently. We need to get this shit in order. And I was like, yo, you know what we need to do? We need to team up. We need to be superheroes. So it was Lord Cat and Boomer Esiason, and I was like, yo, I am the dude who can take shit down with my bare fist. And he was like, well, that's cool. I got a super football that can explode on impact. And we were an awesome tag team for a long time. In fact, we were so awesome, we actually held the WWF tag team titles and the Intercontinental and World Heavyweight Championship titles at the same time. That's how fucking awesome we are. We didn't do a good job fighting crime, though, because, unfortunately, it turns out Boomer Esiason, not that smart when it comes to driving directions. The guy is a little stupid when it comes to that. You see, we keep telling him, saying, hey, take a left turn here, make a right turn there, take a left turn there, make a right turn there. Turns out he doesn't understand that Madison Square Garden is not on Madison Avenue. So when the Joker came around and he robbed Madison Square Garden of both the Rangers and the Knicks, we were on Madison Avenue shopping for earrings for him because he decided he needed a new set of diamond earrings. It was a really awkward situation, and it was kind of hard for us to deal with, and it was really hard to deal with PR-wise, so we decided that it would better just be break up the tag team. How you got lost and ended up in a haunted mansion filled with Kirby's. Oh, that's actually pretty scary. Do you know what it's like being in a haunted mansion? Well, alright, well, I'll tell you how I got lost first. See, I used to live in this old place that had a forest surrounding it, and it was pretty cool forest, because it was like forest for nothing but miles. Except for this one area where there's this old abandoned mansion, and nobody ever told me about it. I never really understood it. It was like, why is there an old abandoned mansion in the middle of a fucking forest? How come there are no roads leading to it? What the fuck happened here? Well, it turns out that the mansion was actually built by a guy named Luigi, and he was like, yo, leave this mansion alone, it's here for a reason, you don't need to be here, you don't need to worry about it, alright? Just chill. And I was like, what the fuck, man? That's not, you know. So I decided to check the mansion out. And it turns out that it was a mansion full of nothing but Kirby's, as far as the eye could see. The second you got in there, fucking Kirby's everywhere. Dude, the Kirby's were like on the floor, they were on the ceilings, you'd crowd surf with the motherfuckers. It was in fucking insane. Kirby's everywhere. Just Kirby's everywhere. It was insane. It was fucking crazy. And it was just like, you would go to the bathroom, and they'd be Kirby's there, and they'd be on the floor, and when you're trying to take a piss, they'd just be looking at you with their mouths open, and you'd be like, do I pee in the toilet, or do I really try peeing in the Kirby? Well, it turns out you don't pee in Kirby's, because when you pee in a Kirby, they actually become super, super powerful. And when I say super powerful, I mean fucking powerful. These motherfuckers grow to 18 feet tall, and they spit dead people. They just do not pee in a Kirby's mouth. I learned that the hard way, and getting out of that mansion was a nightmare, okay? Let me just tell you that I have never corpse surfed over Kirby's before, and I never intend to do it again. Tell us how you built a space colony with Christopher Walken. Alright, so this actually takes place quite a while from now. You guys haven't seen it happen yet because, obviously, in this time frame it hasn't happened yet. However, I can assure you it does indeed happen in the year 2552. Well, Christopher Walken is this man. He's this awesome dude, and he's like, I want some pie. And I was like, well, I don't have a pie. I've got a rocket ship. And he's like, but I want some pie. And I was like, well, listen, I'll make a deal with you. You help me build a space station on the moon, and I'll give you some pie on a space station on the moon. And he was like, I want some pie. And I was like, cool, then it's a deal. And he's like, I want some pie. And I was like, alright, cool, it's a deal. So we set off, and we've gotten this rocket ship, and I was like, alright, so the idea here is that we're going to build a space station on the moon. It's going to be kind of hard at first, but it's really going to be worth it. So he was like, I want some pie. And I was like, cool. So we down. So here's the plan. We're going to land on the moon, and we're going to build this fucking space station. You get? You cool? And he was like, I want some pie. So we landed on the moon, and we started building the space station. And this took about 2 or 3 weeks. You know, it was a pretty big construction job. But the good thing was that you actually don't need air to live anymore. By the year 2037, I believe, there's actually...
Watch out! Get up!
By 2037, we'll actually be replacing our lungs with the ability to breathe space dust. And it's actually going to really, really help with space exploration. The only problem, of course, is that the eyeballs tend to pop out of the head, and it tends to be kind of messy. That's why you wear goggles in space now. But anyway, we're building the space station. It takes about 2 weeks, and we're sucking up all the moon dust we want. And finally, me and Walken, we're like, we finally built the space station. He goes, so where's my pie? And I'm like, well, your pie's in the space station. So he gets in the space station, and I was like, sucker, there's no pie in a space station. You don't eat pie in a space station, you eat fucking cake. And he's like, but I want some pie. And that motherfucker blew up my space station because it didn't have any fucking pie. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? You blew up my space station. He was like, I wanted pie. But the problem was, not only did he blow up my space station, he blew up half the fucking moon, that asshole. So now all the tidal waves are fucked up on Earth, and it's a really, really messy situation in 2556. 2553, I should say, yes. Because Christopher Walken wanted his pie. Prick.
Grabbing a pipe bomb.
How Bomar became a daddy? It was really simple. Bomar was like, Bomar horny. And this one was like, woman horny. So Bomar was like, Bomar fuck? And woman was like, Bomar fuck! So Bomar fuck woman, woman have baby, baby become Bomar baby.
Alright, weapons!
How you hit a home run on the first date? Oh, well, that's actually a fairly easy story to tell. You see, I took this woman on a date, this girl on a date, and we were like, yo, let's do something different for a date. Why don't we just go to, like, a baseball game or something? And she was like, cool, what baseball game do you want to go to? I'm a huge Yankee fan. And I was like, hey, I'm a Yankee fan, too. Why don't we go to a Yankees game? And she was like, yeah, that's a great idea. We'll go to a Yankees game. So we go to a Yankees game, and it turns out it's actually a game versus the Boston Red Sox. And it's actually really exciting. It's we're tied, I believe, 3-3 going into the bottom of the ninth, and she was like, oh, I don't know if we're going to win. Their pitching is